So we have all this time to prep so that. Can you hear us?
Hello?
It's a couple of minutes delayed. Can you hear us? There you go. All right, cool. Now mute your phone.
Hello?
It's a couple of minutes delayed. Hey everybody, this is the
The Christian.
and Daniel show. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the show. Unfortunately, on this we can't tell always who's on and who's not because this new system is so weird. It won't tell you who's on the call. Let me see if your phone. There we go. Your phone will tell us. Hi, welcome everybody. It's Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's the Christian and Daniel show. Welcome to the show.
Starring Christian.
And Daniel. I'm glad we named it the Christian and Daniel show. I'd probably forget who's on the show.
I totally would too. Or we do like the Saturday Night Live skit that, I can't remember, it was so long ago when she had her own show. It's the Christian and Daniel show. And I'm Christian, thank you.
How's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining us. We're trying some new systems. We have a new microphone. We have a new system recording.
Yeah. And I'm having trouble because I know I need to focus up here to the camera, to you guys. And not being an experienced actor, I'm not used to that. So I keep wanting to be a narcissist and look at myself on screen.
So we're gonna
And not only one screen, but we have two screens with me on it.
we're gonna put this there so we can see who's on and who's chatting. Thank you for chatting. Hi, Michael. Welcome to the show. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to when we can have visitors again because we can have guests on the show.
Yeah,
Invite them over for dinner. And
Absolutely, we could.
have them on. That'd be great.
That would be very interesting.
Yeah, which we just had dinner right before the show started.
It was a delicious Parmesan pasta con tuna.
With tuna for those gringos out there. For those of you that don't know, I was working at Aldi's for about a week, temp job, right before we went in like lockdown. And they have some really cool packaged meals for you to try. Go check it out if you've not been to Aldi's.
Aldi also carries like a really different stuff. Like they're a German-based supermarket. So everything they have is not what you're used to seeing in an American grocery store. Because it's really a German grocery store. So there's like the chocolates are different. There's Milka, there's Perugina, which is really cool because it was packaged in like, it looked like you got one big bar, but you actually got like 6 mini bars that were individually wrapped.
Oh yeah.
So it felt like it lasted longer and like you had more to share and more to treat with. It was like really cool. And they had German sausage.
Which is kind
One
of
of
yummy.
my favorite things.
Really yummy.
German sausage just tastes so good.
I don't know where to go from that, so we're gonna leave that. While Michael Moran is on, I want to brag a little bit. I don't know if he made it. I hope you made it public because I'm about to talk about it. But he's working on his master's paper. Remember I told you about that?
Oh yeah.
His Instagram about apparel that makes a statement, and I'm very honored that he included one of my photos in that. So, if Michael, if you're watching still, if you're on, if you want to post the link to your Instagram page so you can get some followers, and so people can see what you're doing, that'd be kind of cool.
That is cool. I want to get a shirt that says I'm curvy and beautiful. Just kidding. I don't want that.
We did have a big conversation with our friend Karen Gomez this week, and we were talking about doing T-shirts in the future for the show.
Yeah,
Doing T-shirts about the show.
Like we have to figure out a good logo for the Christian and Daniel show. A good font set.
What was it that said fairy godmother fairies? You remember? We're talking about being, for those of you that know or don't know, we do spiritual work. And we have been...
Oh, fairy godmothers.
Yes, we've been able in our time together to help other intuitives find their gifts and work on their gifts. And so we're talking about getting a T-shirt that said "Fairy Godmother Fairies."
Yes.
So who knows? Maybe in the future we'll get some cups. Or this is episode 9, so I'm looking forward to next week's episode because it'll be 10. And we wanted to do the "Ask Us Anything You Want."
Oh yes.
So
Yes.
if you are a follower of the show, next week we're going to be doing the "Ask Us Anything You Want" questions. So get your questions ready for next week. We will be an open book and answer anything you guys want. This week, what did we do this week?
We did so much this week. Went to the beach. Went and stood within 2 feet of other people. Bumped into people on the street. I scared a
Stop,
woman
people are
out
gonna
front of my
believe-
house.
people are
I'm
gonna
kidding.
believe
We
that.
didn't do any of that garbage. I would love to have gone and got my hair cut and done all that, but that's not happening in this time frame unless you want death.
We did go to the grocery store.
Oh, that was it was really cool. We went to Ralph's on Jefferson and Overland here in Culver City. And the last time I went to Ralph's, it was packed. It was like pandemonium. Everyone's running around the store like really hard with their carts. Like you got in someone's way, you were hit. Like they weren't stopping in time. And everyone was like, and the lines were really long to the back of the store. This time was like a totally different experience. Like we went in and it was kind of normal.
Yeah.
You could find a parking spot that wasn't 2 miles away from the store. You could walk in. There were still carts available. And they were actually pretty well stocked, except for eggs. Amazingly,
Eggs is the only
every
thing.
single egg carton they had was gone. But that doesn't shock me because eggs is such a staple. You can do so much with them.
The funny thing is, we went about 11, and
I bet if we'd gone at 8, there
yeah,
probably would have
there was a lady that looked over. She's like, "All the eggs are gone." I'm like, "Ma'am, you need to get here really early for the huevos. You can't buy huevos."
The birds only lay the eggs in the morning.
Gabe says that he tongue kissed the carts when he goes to the grocery store, and somehow I believe that you would do that.
And you
But
make sure people see you.
one of the things that we talked about after the grocery store is that oddly enough,
Oh,
we're really good
Oh,
about
God.
we're really good about being here together. We can stay in the house together. Like even on Laguna Beach, we don't get stressed out in confined
quarters.
spaces. No, because he's in the living room, I'm in the bedroom or in the dining room, and we're each working on our own stuff.
Yeah.
And we really don't interact with each other a whole lot during the day. But the moment we got to the grocery store,
Oh, but there's notes that need to be made along the way.
I know how to shop and Christian doesn't.
No, Daniel is like, he acts like a straight man on a mission in the store. This is how straight men shop typically. They go in there like bulls in a china shop, run through the store, getting everything, being rude to people when they don't even think
I
they're
was
being
not.
rude.
Well, how was I being rude to
You
people?
were rude to that man who was looking at the
Okay.
lunch meats.
Because-
you were rude.
Because this is not a time.
And then I said a few nice words, literally seconds worth of words to a
But
woman,
it started a whole
black woman.
conversation.
And it wasn't like anything that really slowed us down. Daniel just perceived it as slowing us down, but he was
Okay,
wrong. His perception
so-
was incorrect.
Like, okay, first of all,
You gotta be human when you're out there.
First of all, on this, but before we continue, on this new system with Facebook doing live, there are poll questions. So if you want to answer the poll question, we'll check it before we leave. But I know grocery stores that I like to go to, like the Ralph's here, the Ralph's by my house. I know the aisles. I know where everything is. So I'm in, I'm out, I'm done shopping. It is not like a walk through the park kind of thing. And you take your time going through.
Like we realize we really haven't shopped together in the past. Like maybe to get 1 or 2 specific things, but never a real shopping run.
Yeah.
Now, it's just my style. I can have a list, but I'll still go in the store and I'll go up and down the aisles, and because there's always something you forget to put on the list. And you see it and you're like, oh my God. Well, Daniel was even forgetting stuff on the list. Like he was like running around so fast. I went and got everything that he missed, and he missed a lot.
Well,
because one, I had the list.
You had the
But
list.
2, he was running around so fast he wasn't staying with me. He was like, I'm going, Goodbye. Have a good day. I'll see you at the cash register.
Okay, well, first of all, let me go back to the guy. So we get to the part
so rude.
where I wanna get, was it sausage? The wieners, yes.
You wanted to get the wiener.
Yes.
You wanted the jumbo ones. I grabbed the regular ones, a 13 pack, because this is Armageddon, So.
Well, because I usually get you the ones that I got. I usually get you the jumbo long ones.
But actually the fat ones, not the long ones.
So this guy is standing there, and he's standing there.
He's trying to figure out what
he's not trying to figure out nothing.
He was.
He's just standing there. And then he closes the door, and he still stands there.
You see, this is Daniel's perception of what was happening. Because he was in such a hurry and so self-absorbed about it.
Let's go. Let's move.
Exactly. And drives me nuts because he was rude to the guy, and I had to apologize because the guy was pissed. The guy was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I'm sorry. I'm trying not to cuss on this. Sorry, because Daniel wants to be classy. But I'm just like, I had to apologize like twice. I was so embarrassed by what Daniel did.
All I did was like, may I get
in here? And he's like, literally moved the man without.
I didn't move the man.
You put your arms out like this, and then you reach for the door. Yes, you did. And the guy was like, and he wasn't little people should not really be bugging us big people.
I am not intimidated by tall big people.
And he's not. And this guy was not just tall; he was built, and he could have.
But he moved.
Him.
He moved.
He moved because you practically opened the door in his face. If he hadn't moved, he would have been hit. So
of
course he moved.
And then the second person was the lady at the milk. And
it wasn't even involving him. I went for the milk.
We're there together.
And I said, I'm going to get this. And I had asked her, did you remember where you saw the creamer? Because that was pretty low stock too, so I didn't see it right away. Oh, yes, right there. And then she and I just chit-chatted while I got the thing.
This is no time for chit-chat.
We weren't sitting there not moving. I was still moving. And I kept moving. Yes, I'm not running in the store like Daniel was. I refused. I will never run in a grocery store. That's stupid and dangerous. And you miss stuff. When you rush me, I get my brain scrambled.
But because when we got there, I said, let's separate the list. And I don't know why I just lisped.
I never heard that from
I said, let's separate the list. And you go one side and I go the other. I turn around and he's like, well, let's both go this way. I'm like, we can get in and get out faster if we separate and conquer. And
divide and conquer is the phrase.
Well, we were separated. But before I continue, somebody just said that, Michael posted the link to his Instagram, so make sure you follow that. But did you really see somebody with the scuba mask?
Okay, I guess we're done with the story.
No, we'll continue. I just want to make sure that we acknowledge some of this stuff. I'm the same as Christian. Well, because you're a man. You're a straight man. At the grocery store, he's basically a straight man.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Straight men don't walk around talking. They act like you. They go through the store at light speed, thinking they can just run through the store and hit people.
I remember my mom would not take my dad grocery shopping.
Thank you, Christopher.
My mom would not take my dad. I would take her grocery shopping when I was old enough to drive because we were both like in and out. Like what you want for dinner. What you want.
And that's what we call control issues.
I do not have control issues. I'm just better at the grocery store than you are.
Yeah. That's it. I haven't been able to live this long. I didn't get, I'm not going to brag about being a big old fat person. But when I was 543 pounds, I think I knew how to grocery shop.
No, there's a difference.
I think I have a good method because I seem to get plenty of food.
Difference. Like, especially, I don't know. I just think right now, usually I would have the patience to walk with you and be like, okay, let's go. But right now, everybody is okay. So I wasn't into a panic mode until this week, and it's only because my anxiety is kicked up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that makes me. I didn't want to go to the grocery store first of all.
And that's what kind of motivated him to get so rushy.
Yes.
I mean, he was running, guys. I left the store sweating. I was like, oh my God, I'm sweating. I don't even need to do my Zumba today. I ran around the store at 100 miles per hour.
Yeah, and Dennis
carrying stuff nonetheless.
Dennis, you're correct. Us little guys, we just have to push our way through because otherwise you get stampled on.
And then
because we had a card that we needed to use and you can't use it online. So
yeah.
Otherwise we would.
We would, yeah. We wouldn't leave the house.
But we finally realized when we got home that we get along way better at home than we did at the grocery store. I don't know if a future grocery store run together
Is in our future.
Is in our future. that
I'm happy to let him go to the store and do his rushy and get what he needs and just give him the list. Because then I don't have to be involved in it because it drives me nuts.
Who's on what? Who's on what?
Hi, BB. I'm all hi, guys. Hi, BB. BB is my my angel savior who introduced me to Zumba, and thank you to Daniel and his amazing talents and my direction. We put together for a lot of my old school Zumba mates. BB generously did some quarantine workouts from her home, recorded them and put them out there for us, so we could keep working out at home. And it was the old school choreography and songs, and we were all like, a whole big group of us were just like BB-ophiles. We just love BB, and we love her choreography. We love all she does. So I asked Daniel, can we put together a video and string them all together and make it look nice and make it look as professional as we can? And we did that, and it has gotten, not just from BB, it got rave reviews, which was the most important person, but all of my peers from the class have gone nuts for it. So I'm very grateful for it. It is on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube page,
you can find it. It's BB's old school Zumba quarantine workout. And she's amazing. And you rock. Not just like you rock, but I'm so grateful I could do something like that. And it's a full Zumba class.
If you do Zumba on your Roomba, I think that's the name of the next session. So if BB wants to put together some more videos, we'll happily edit them together and make another. But it's about 20 minutes long.
Oh, it's more. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 18 minutes long.
And it's a good workout, though, for that short a time frame. Trust me, your heart rate, and you'll be breathing, you'll be sweating like a farm animal at a slaughterhouse.
So we'll be sharing that link with you guys after the show. So if you want to do Zumba, if something you want to try at home, we're going to try and do it together because we need to start getting a little wiggle in our jiggle.
Make it so that I don't.
Oh, okay. So can we talk about that before we talk about our picks of the week?
Okay, I learned what TikTok was this week. I'm old and outdated,
and I know we're late to the game on it.
But oh my Lord, I was laughing my backside off at so many of the TikToks that are out there. And then Daniel showed me this one. It's this heavyset woman who has an amazing sense of humor and really great self-confidence, and I really appreciate that. Us big girls should not be ashamed of ourselves. She's doing a profile shot, and she has a natural underchin. And she's listening to this instructor, this person, saying, "You do not have an underchin. You have bad posture. So roll your shoulders back. Raise your head up and put your neck forward, and then lower your head. And now you have no underchin." No one would want to walk or stand around like this, of course.
And the girl in the video, makes tag comments.
She's doing it from the side, and she still has her underchin and her comments like, whatever. I still have it. I still have my underchin, girl.
It was on my storyline on Facebook. I'll find it and repost it so you can see it on my storyline.
Yeah.
But it is hilarious.
We almost cried.
Kudos to the girl who posted it because she is brilliant.
Brilliant. Mad props and respect.
But I know we're late to the TikTok game, but I just discovered it and I'm having a blast with it.
Yeah,
so.
It is so funny. And then there's a Border Patrol guy we have family who are Border Patrol. So we relate to it a little bit.
And this guy is hot. So,
oh my God, he's so hot.
We watch him
he does this little sexy thing, and it's so awesome. And it's funny too. Because I guess it's just a lot of lip syncing. It's almost like everyone wants to be a drag queen on TikTok.
So go check it out. For everybody joining us, this is the Christian and Daniel show.
Christian
and Daniel. We are on now at 7:30 p.m. We found out that a lot more people can watch it at 7:30 than at 7 for some reason. So we've decided to move our schedule up to 7:30. So we hope you join us every Wednesday night. We've been talking about grocery shopping and things that we do as a couple. And we've discovered that we just do
grocery shopping right now in this state is not good. Probably in normal it wouldn't be a big deal, but it was really rough this time.
And if you like the new system here on Facebook has a poll section. So I don't know if the poll went up. We don't want to mess with it.
Every time we touch something, everything shuts down. So.
We did an improv, a pop up show on Monday.
Yeah, Monday it was a Christian and Daniel
Pop up.
Christian and Daniel show pop up edition.
And it was actually turned out pretty good. So we might do more in the afternoon, just random, because we know a lot of people are at home and have more time. But if there's anything that you want us to talk about, any questions you have, next week is our 10th episode. We've been on for 10 weeks. So we're going to do a question show. So if you have something that you're curious about, and we will not edit the questions. Whatever you want to ask, we will answer.
And we will answer honestly and openly.
So come on, make sure you join us next week for the question section, and we'll answer any questions.
And Michael, I'm glad to hear the curve is flattening in California. We'll see where that actually ends up and where it goes.
There's a lot of talks. I don't want to get all serious, but I recently joined a committee that is looking at other diagnoses that are affected by COVID-19 and how people who are advocates like me can help people in the current situation. And one of the things that I think I told you about, people who have been through HIV, we have a certain awareness and knowledge of coming out of it, survivor's guilt, stigma, shame associated with any kind of isolation. So this is my public service announcement. If you are 1 degree of separation from somebody who has passed or is living with COVID at the moment, and you want to talk to somebody or just want to share or want to get something off your chest, please feel free to reach out to us and we will happily chat with you just to help you through the process. So, you want to do Pixel Geeks?
Are we there?
Yeah, it's 10 minutes still.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I like this.
This is nice.
And it's time for the Christian and Daniel pictures of, or picks, not picks of the week, but shows of the week, I guess. Or whatever kind of caught our interest this week.
So
the first show is American Housewife.
Yes.
We were almost crying this week. The Sun had some amazing one-liners. But what American Housewife is a housewife, a woman and her husband and their 3 children moved to this fictitious town called Westcott. I think Westcott. And it's like the poorest people in the richest city.
Right.
So they're like kind of the poorest people in the richest city. So they deal with all that friction because all the other, and it's basically predominantly white too. So but she did find a rich Asian woman to be her friend, Ali Wong, and I don't know the other actress's name, and then a black attorney who happens to also be gay or LGBTQI, and character. Who's an attorney and has kids and is divorced but is now out and proud. And she has her second breakfast with them. Now, Katie, the main character, the housewife, is big. She's a big girl. And a lot of stuff she does centers around food. And it's hilarious. It's just funny because
why do you like it?
She has the worst attitude. I love it because I feel like that was me growing up. I feel like it was basically my life. I grew up in Whitesville. I grew up with no diversity. I was the only child of color in my entire school till high school, and that was my sophomore year of high school. And I grew up with, I didn't have a mom who was bitter and angry. I got a dad who was bitter and angry. So maybe that would fit. Maybe that was the fit. But I just feel like it's like kind of like my young experience being put in a TV show. I just wish I'd thought of it. I'd be multimillionaire by now. But it's a really cute show. The kids, the dynamics with the kids. Now that the kids are all older from like their first season to now, the kids are older, and so they're giving them these zinger lines. Like it was just, we were laughing really hard.
Now it's an ABC show, but you can find it on Hulu or ABC apps. You watch it.
Streaming.
It's like what, the 5th season?
Yeah, it's the 5th season, I think.
And the kids have grown up, so they make them smart.
And they are. And the son is obsessed with wealth, and he's totally gotten the infection of living in a rich area, like wanting to continue to be rich. Even though he's not. He wants to pretend. He has a really wealthy friend. And then the oldest daughter is kind of the blonde airhead. And then the youngest child is actually one of the most interesting characters because she's like smart and like really witty.
Yeah. And just to give you an idea of who some of the characters are, the Katie, the mom, was on. Oh shoot! I just forgot Melissa McCarthy's show. Mike and Maddie.
Mike and Molly.
And then the dad was on the Drew Carey show, and the little girl was on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She's the little girl in that movie. So go check it out. So it's an old show, but I know a lot of people don't watch network TV, but go catch it. You really
It's on
enjoy the
Hulu, and like I said, it's on Hulu and ABC streaming too.
And then our second pick of the week is we caught an episode. Christian recorded an episode of a cooking show with Joanna Gaines.
Yes, I like Chip and Joanna Gaines.
So
We used to watch their
Fixer
Fixer
Upper.
Upper religiously.
So if you watch Fixer Upper, you know that Chip and Joanna have Magnolia Productions or Magnolia Studios. Or Magnolia, that's their company.
Their company is Magnolia. Magnolia, and put anything after it. Everything they have is Magnolia this, Magnolia that.
They're launching a cooking show.
Network.
They're doing their cooking show on the DIY channel, which is actually becoming Magnolia Productions.
Magnolia Network.
And which is they're the new Oprah basically.
I mean, it's insane. These two live in Waco, Texas, which is kind of the middle of nowhere, Texas. Baylor University's there, all that. But I mean, no one really had heard of it unless you live near there or that part of Texas.
Like if you're from Texas, you know
Waco.
Waco.
The show was on.
Yeah.
And other people have now copied the format of their show in the sense like small town, middle of nowhere, trying to make it big. That other show, Home something, not Home. I don't watch those two. But I love them too, Maddie. Amber, I'm sorry, not Maddie. Amber.
We will talk about that. We will talk about that, Michael.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I adore them, and I know there've been they're Christian and they're homophobic, all this crazy. Well, you know what? I haven't seen that on I haven't seen any evidence of that personally. And bottom line, they don't care where the money comes from as long as it comes in. So they're doing amazing work, and I think that's amazing.
But if you were
this little cooking show last night was so good
because they recorded it on their phone. Basically, their daughter is directing it. Yeah. One of their daughters is directing it, and they did this hour. Was it an hour?
Yeah, it was an hour.
An hour show of her cooking
and you actually
recipes.
got to see how short she is. Like I thought, is she sitting down? And they're like, no.
So she's cooking recipes from her book.
Two of her cookbooks. Her two.
But
cookbooks.
the cool thing, the one thing that got my attention, because I know it's like another cooking show.
Another person promoting their product. That really wasn't what she was doing.
What this episode I liked, and I told you, was that she didn't have all the ingredients, and she was like, well, you can substitute this for this.
Or you don't need it at all. Like she
and it was really good.
Totally put something else
in.
in.
Go check it out. Go check it out.
She did a lot of. We like that because most cooking shows they don't say that. Like they're like you have all the ingredients and that's it. So anyway, and our third.
Oh well, before I can do.
Michael, that was what we were going to talk about anyway.
Michael was talking about Masked Singer. Obsessed.
Okay, I didn't watch
Season
Masked
1.
Singer the first season because I thought it was stupid, and Daniel was watching it and said it's really good, and so I watched season 2 with him, and I got totally addicted because I'm like, wow, like every season they've gotten like these bigger and bigger. Of course, first season you're not going to get the big names because it's a new show, but now, oh my lord, the people who are getting unmasked.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, Masked Singer is a show on Fox, and they bring about like 18. The first season was a really small group, and they got bigger. But what they do
even bigger.
Is they bring celebrities, athletes, real singers to compete, but they're covered, they're masked. Nobody knows who they are, and they sing, and then you have to just you kind of figure out who they are. But then the audience,
some can sing, some can't sing, some are great performers.
Yeah, and the audience votes them off.
Yeah, drunk.
And then you discover who they are. And like for instance, Patti LaBelle was on last year.
You can't mistake her voice. And she can't hide her voice.
She started singing. We're like, that's Patti LaBelle.
That's Patti LaBelle. And then Dionne Warwick.
Dionne Warwick was on the same season.
And then she was on this season.
This season.
And the second we heard her sing, we're like, oh, that's Dionne Warwick.
But they bring back singers and they bring back random people.
And then there's people who are trying to restart their careers who come on and do that. There was even Ozzy Osbourne's daughter. Kelly Osbourne came on. She actually could sing.
What was she saying?
I know she's had an album.
Yeah.
I knew she could sing, but that singing was way different than what she did on the show. And I was very impressed with her.
T-Pain was good, yes. Was he Monster? T-Pain was Monster.
Yeah, no, he was Robot. No,
he was Monster.
He was Monster. Robot was that other rapper guy who was in the Hotels.com commercial. Little John, something like that.
Oh my God! But you have to watch. They're down to the last 8.
I mean, and there were 4
this
groups
season?
this season. It was A group, A, B, C, and D.
No, just A, B, and
No,
C.
A, B, and C. And last season was A, B, and the first season was just A.
Just one group. Yeah.
So it's crazy how big it's getting.
So make sure if you have not seen any of it, and we're not giving you any spoilers, go check it out. You can still find it also on Hulu. The episodes go by quick, and it's all music, so it's really cool.
Well, yeah, I can't remember. I'm misreferencing who was in the robot costume. It was someone who I'm not a fan of, and I don't particularly watch or listen to their music. But it was someone big in the rap business. I remember that. And they said he was, and I guess he got to sit in as a judge the next week or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember what his name was. So I apologize, I got that wrong.
Monster of Season 1.
Yeah,
yes.
that was who we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but they've had Donny Osmond on the show, which
I missed.
Totally that was season 1.
Yeah.
I was blown away. But go watch them. If anything else, for the costumes that are
They're amazing. I want them for
Lil
Halloween.
Wayne.
Oh, that's it.
The costumes are amazing. The singing, the production value, and if you go back and see season 1 and then you see season 3,
You'll appreciate it much more.
you will notice it's kind of like RuPaul's Drag. Oh my God, RuPaul's Drag Show. We're running out of time, but okay, we're gonna keep going. But if you're not watching RuPaul, then
You are missing a season.
this
These are the cattiest ones yet.
and the celebrity
And the
judges are
shade-
awesome.
The shade they are casting. Ooh,
So
girl.
so if you're not watching, but we'll have to do like a whole episode before the reveal
Yeah.
of the winner on RuPaul's Drag Show.
And unfortunately, one of the best performers on there is the one who got disqualified for some inappropriate personal actions.
Yeah. So was that me?
No, that was me.
Okay. So anyway, today is Pink Moon. It's Super Moon.
Super pink full moon.
So
sounds like a Sailor Moon episode.
We didn't want to go away without like acknowledging the moment, and because of the work that.
Well, and what are you supposed to do with the super pink full moon?
So on a full moon, it's a good. First of all, on a full moon, it's a good time to set intentions. So make sure you set your intentions. But it's also a good night to let go of everything that you don't need in your life anymore. And we've done this on my shows, on my reading shows.
A number of times.
So you guys know, write a letter with everything that you don't want in your life anymore.
Yeah.
Everything from material to spiritual. Feelings, emotions, people.
And get it out.
Get it out. This is,
Because you give it to the moon tonight.
and besides, what we're going through right now as a whole world. This is the perfect time to just let go of feelings and emotions and fears and anxieties and all that. But a pink moon is good for intention, and pink is good for self-love. So it's about bringing in self-love too. So I'm going to pull one card for everybody, and this is just for everybody watching. Oh, be assertive. So I don't know if you can see
Be
that.
assertive.
Be assertive. So this is a good day to be assertive. As we move forward in this path, we are kind of in the eye of the storm right now. So as we move forward in COVID-19, be assertive in who you are and who you let back into your life, and in who people, places, or things. Be assertive in the people that you bring into your life, the places that you are, and the things that you bring into your life. Be assertive, but also be assertive in the things that you let go of your life. If you are letting go of people, places, or things, make sure that you say goodbye to them for good. Don't let them back in. And if you are bringing those in, make sure that they belong there and that they're part of you. Don't bring anything out of desperation, frustration, or anxiety, because that's not a good energy. And Mr. Moyers just joined us. Mr. Kevin Moyers, who is my producer on my Put It Together podcast, who I want to thank because he is a postal service worker. So he goes out there and delivers the mail in Phoenix.
And that is considered an essential job.
And thank you for putting yourself out there for us. And for everybody who we know that are nurses.
Anything that's essential. Nurses, doctors,
grocery people.
pharmacies.
Anybody who's putting yourself out
Hospitals.
there, we so appreciate you and we love you and we send you.
We do mad props, and because you're doing jobs that I guarantee you I'm not willing to do.
And now that I've had the chance to work in a grocery store, it was just for a week, I realized, especially right now,
hard work.
how exposed you really are to everything. So thank you for that.
You're all on the front lines.
For
Thank
now,
you.
we are done.
We are finished.
Oh.
I like our time together.
HEB.
Oh, we love
HEB.
HEB. Oh my god, that wasn't even planned. We do. I love the Hebe.
You are a hero, Mr. Moyers. You are a hero, and you're I love you.
Oh,
I love you.
yes,
really.
HEB. We were just talking about their really horrible Chinese food that's so delicious.
Oh my God.
So bad for you, but so good.
If my sister Nancy happens to be on or watching or anything, but the HEB in McAllen
is huge for one thing.
and they have
And it's a plus, right?
They have a
HEB
Chinese restaurant at the entrance.
Oh.
It's not the best food, but every time I go,
It's
we
delicious,
eat there,
though.
and it's good. So with that, we want to thank everybody for watching. This has been the Christian and Daniel Show. Oh, sushi rolls.
Oh, sushi rolls are good too.
If you're not following me,
There are people who don't know what HEB is.
Yeah.
It is the most amazing grocery store I think I've ever
it's a
encountered.
Texas staple.
And it's a Texas staple, yeah. There's none in California. You will not find one here.
If you missed any of the Christian and Daniel Show, make sure you go to YouTube. Check me out on Daniel G Garza, where you can find all of the shows that we've done.
And just a reminder that all of these shows are produced by Lilmesican Productions.
Yes, we are trademarked. We are a registered trademark company now.
So we are official.
So we are finally a legal company. So as soon as we're ready to go out and visit, we're going to be doing so much more stuff. But for now, you can go check us out at YouTube. You can find not just the Christian and Daniel Show, but auditions and comedy shows. Our pre-show show is also
Which
on
is
there,
a really great show.
which was supposed to be Saturday and we couldn't do it.
Of course,
so.
we couldn't do it because everything was canceled.
But we love you guys. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, and don't forget BB's old school Zumba quarantine workout is
Yes.
there too. If you want to get 20 minutes of, I'm not kidding, hardcore, hard-hitting exercise, you will be sweating like a farm animal at the end.
We'll probably do that tomorrow, so we'll post the video of us doing our workout. Thank you, BB, for passing that over to us. For now, we want to thank you. Thank you, babe.
Thank you, Daniel.
I like us.
I like us too. This is nice.
This is nice. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
It's so hard getting used to looking up there.